Think about the college experience, the one that's often portrayed in those cheesy college movies. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
My advice to you is to start drinking heavily.
You better listen to him, Flounder. He's in pre-med.
You're really drunk right now. I don't think you're gonna remember any of this.
I'm not drunk at all. You're just blurry.
We are gonna end the year with the most legendary rager of all time.
At least they're enjoying college. Every week a different party, meet new people all the time. It sounds more like what college should be.
It's no secret that college is associated with alcohol and partying, but drinking in college isn't as simple as it used to be when our parents were in school. Making friends isn't as easy as seeing someone in class and asking what their plans are that weekend. We asked the parent of a member of our production team about her college experience. This is what she said.
There was not a whole lot of rules. And drinking, it was at school parties. And so for those people who, wanted to do that, they did. But you didn't see it online.
Without social media broadcasting alcohol-fueled mishaps, college students used to have more free reign on their nights out.
There was no pressure of social media, which was great because you didn't see what everybody else was doing.
These days, every college student is looking at their friends' private stories or stalking snap maps to find their next drinking destination. Who knows what pictures are being posted after a couple shots? Initially, these drunk posts can impact students' friendships and relationships and lead to the feeling of FOMO, the fear of missing out. Initially, students may feel isolated or like they're not living life to the fullest. In the long run, these posts can impact students' lives beyond college. Overall, both students and adults face increasing levels of social scrutiny. Social media does not help, contributing to an ever-growing mental health crisis. Welcome to UOK-UVA, a student-produced podcast about mental health and wellness at the University of Virginia. I'm your host, Braden, and in this episode, we explore the consequences of combining social media and drinking, especially how drinking and posting affects UVA students' sense of FOMO, their relationships, and their future careers. Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. These are common social media platforms that college students use to share their daily lives with an audience of other students. Snapchat has a feature called a private story, where people can choose a specific set of friends they want to view the material they post. Private stories often detail the most thrilling or need-to-know aspects of a user's daily life. On the weekends, with students gearing up for game days and nights out on the corner, these private stories broadcast drunk antics in party locations. While those who have made the exclusive cut for a friend's private story are tuned in to these posts, others feel left out. Students who aren't a part of their friends' stories can be left wondering why they don't have special access to their friend's fun night out, creating feelings of FOMO surrounding social drinking. I recently spoke to a student at UVA who would like to remain anonymous about an instance where she found out she was the only one excluded from a sorority event.
I saw a lot of people at a date function, and they were a lot of my friends, and it was like a me+3, so there were a lot of openings for people to attend this event, and they were all posting on social media that they were all there, and I was not. And ultimately, it sucked because I was like, dang, I'm the one person that didn't, from that little group that didn't get to go.
For this student, another one of Snapchat's features, Snap Maps, clued her in on what she was missing. This feature allows users to view friends' locations if they choose to share this information with the public. When students see people going out and drinking together, it's not uncommon for them to turn on themselves. Why do they want to go out without me? Am I not fun enough to hang out with? When is it my turn to be invited? Why does this affect me so much? Are we not actually friends? How do I move on from this? Unfortunately, This isn't an isolated experience. Many UVA students report FOMO as a direct result of exposure to social media, and that FOMO impacts students in more than one way.
Feel really upset or disappointed, or just, I think upset is the biggest feeling, because it hurts a little bit and you feel like you aren't good enough necessarily to be friends with these people.
Another student shared a similar experience.
I was a victim of FOMO too. I'd sort of see my friends posting things, even if they were at something, even if we were both out on the same night, if they were at something different that looked a little bit more fun, I'd sort of think to myself, oh, maybe let's say it was a party that I didn't get listed for. Oh, is there something wrong with me? Because I didn't get listed there, am I not cool enough or whatever?
In this student's case, despite being out and drinking herself, seeing other friends' eventful nights out broadcasted on social media was enough to make her overthink. Her comparisons made her second-guess her own night out, spoiling her fun. Across the board, UVA students love to talk about their nights out partying and drinking, but there's also the constant pressure of how social media will impact these nights out. If a student tries to meet up with their friends, it's almost impossible for them not to get distracted in the thrill of what others are doing that's constantly being shown across Snapchat and Instagram. While FOMO and strained relationships are just one minor consequence of social media while drinking, there are also bigger implications when it comes to relationships and how posters are viewed in the eyes of the public. Social media doesn't just impact the relationships we have in college. A majority of students at UVA have heard that employers look at social media when viewing applicants. And according to many research studies, this is true. Harvard Business Review says that 70% of companies use social media screening when hiring, and about 54% don't hire candidates because of what they found on their online profiles. Social media is no longer a site to innocently share pictures and videos of one's life, but is now being used as a tool to judge and characterize you. We wanted to explore this idea further, and we reached out to the chief of cardiothoracic surgery for a major hospital in Miami, Florida, Dr. Stewart. Dr. Stewart is a part of the hiring committee for medical residents and other hospital employees. During the interview, he gave some insight on what employers are looking for when they check applicants' social media presence.
You are looking at what you post, what you share, what your pictures are. If you think it's okay to put on social media that you're kneeling down with a yard of beer and it's falling over your face, that might not be someone we want to hire. If you're constantly sitting at dinner and you can see a vape in front of them on a table, well, that's going to be a flag. If all of a sudden the preponderance of pictures you have are in a bar, that's probably not something we're going to choose.
What you post matters, even if you aren't thinking about it at the time. When potential employers see pictures of you drinking or partying, they form opinions about your character, despite the fact that these opinions may not be accurate to who you really are. Misconceptions like these can be very harmful in the job applications or your general mental health. Dr. Stewart also talked about how social media figures into the hiring process.
We routinely will have somebody go through and friend someone, or if it's a private account or if it's public, just create a profile and create a friendship and then see what they do. And it's not, that's not an invasion of privacy because it's a public social media post.
Social media was made for the world to see. You never know who's looking at your Instagram feed or reading through your comments. Although posting on social media can help companies get to know you, it also shines a light on the memories that were not meant to be broadcasted online. Without context, the impressions made from one photo can be hard to change. As a fourth-year student myself, I understand the importance of social media and creating friendships with other students. But I have to remind myself that every photo on my Instagram creates a snapshot of who I am. When I apply to medical school or apply to be an attending at a hospital someday, the person looking at my application could find my Instagram and judge my character based off the photos I have posted over the years. I say this not to scare anyone, but to be real. The situation described by Dr. Stewart is quite familiar for some students here at UVA. A friend of mine, who would like to remain anonymous as well, recently had an encounter like this. He's a second-year student who suffered a fairly serious fall on a night out drinking with his friends. This incident resulted in him visiting the hospital for a few days with a fractured vertebrae. A video of this accident was taken and posted on social media across different accounts, racking up thousands of views. With many impactful moments in his college life coming up, like executive board elections for clubs and internship applications for the upcoming summer, he was concerned about how this video would affect those moments in his life. Here's what he has to say.
But sometimes it still messes with me. Like sometimes I'm now more or less likely to take on like maybe a more public position within my extracurriculars, because like thought of having to run an election and then just point to me after that video went on social media, like that's the idiot who, climbed up and hurt himself. I don't want him being the president of my ex-organization. And that's that's fair. And so social media is siding out a little bit in that regard. And
very quickly, a normal night out with his friends turned into something serious. Because this moment was captured and posted on social media, this incident is still affecting him to this day. He still experiences fear, anxiety, and stress related to this night out. Imagine you were an employer and saw this video without any context on social media. What would you think? What impressions would you form about him? You would likely think this is someone making a poor decision due to a lack of judgment, and it would be very difficult to change that thought. This is the power of social media. It can capture someone's actions and completely distort how someone is perceived, regardless of how they really are. Fortunately, my friend doubts this video is going to have any major impact on his career and future, and is using it as a lesson moving forward.
My dad talks about you make some mistakes, and it's like, some mistakes, and it's like cutting your nails, and they'll grow back in like 1 or 2 days. And there's some mistakes, and it's like a haircut, and you it's a mistake, but your hair will grow back in 6 weeks or whatever. Yeah. And there's some mistakes that are like tattoos, and you wear it for your life. I think I'm young enough where this is still just a haircut. And so, but that's the scary thing with social media is if that was my face, and if my face was in the video, and, there had been more profane aspects of the video, that could be a tattoo. I could just never get a job. And that's super scary. And I'm super lucky that, I was only given a haircut.
This is now becoming a reality for everyone, as we are all connected to social media. It's very easy to imagine how an incident like this could happen to you and affect your future. It's a very alarming reality we face in today's world. College drinking culture won't be going away anytime soon. Neither is social media. Students need to be aware of the challenges that come with balancing the two. In this day and age, we are all so interconnected online that our actions matter that much more. Before posting a picture, ask yourself, what happens next? Where will this photo go and end up? Think about your friendships. Think about a future boss who might want to follow you on Instagram. Think about why you even want to post that picture in the first place. As this fourth year puts it,
your digital footprint is real. There's no way around it. You can delete something off your phone. You can delete something off your friend's phone. It's going to be out there. So what you post does matter.
Because there is so little space to hide in the online sphere, we need to consider what it means to be a good digital citizen. What kind of digital footprint do you want to leave behind? This podcast was produced by Chloe Cooper, Braden Hussain, Hayden Peper, and Evan Thompson as a part of a collaborative project for Professor Steph Sarasso's Writing with Sound class at UVA. A special thanks goes out to all the people for willing to be interviewed. A full list of audio and textual sources used in the production of this podcast can be found in the transcript associated with the episode. Thanks for listening.